Welcome guys. So in this video we're going to learn about DNS provisioning with Route 53. But first we need to know about what is DNS. So DNS is the naming system of the say internet. It is the phone book of the internet. You cannot remember the IP addresses of the websites. So humans access information online through domain names like nytimes.com or espn.com or google.com. But in the backend, the browsers do not understand this thing. They do not communicate with the websites with this thing. They do have this information with them, but the ultimate communication is going through with the IP address. So here what we do is this domain name DNS translates those domain names to IP addresses so the browsers can load, or you can say that it can read all the internet resources. So how does it work? Say we have google.com, and whenever we request google.com from our browser, what it does is it simply looks for the google.com in the DNS database. Then it gets a response. For example, this IP address. So here this is the IP address with which the browser is communicating with. Browser is not at all communicating with google.com. So the communication is being done with this particular IP address or whatever IP address you get. For example, let us just check this here. So I'll just open command prompt, and here we will be running a command, say ping google.com. What do we see here? You can see that 172.217.27.174. So this is the IP address of google.com for my location. So it can be different. The DNS manages all these things itself. Now the question comes up, say why it is required and why do we use DNS Route 53 with AWS. Route 53 is the DNS provisioning service provided by AWS for to be used for various AWS services that can't be configured outside AWS. Now, it provides you ease of use. Now, what are the different services we have? There are a lot of services we have with AWS. Now, say the services such as, just a second, yeah. So the services such as we have EC2, which requires IP address, which requires, say, if we are hosting a web application, we need to have an IP address and we need to have a domain name. Then we have Lambda, we have S3, we have load balancers. So we call them Elastic Load Balancer, ELB. So here there are a lot of services in AWS that require domain names. Mapping domain names outside AWS becomes a tedious task because you cannot directly map S3 with a domain name outside AWS. But AWS provides that flexibility of doing so inside Route 53. So we have Route 53, which provides us a lot of ways with which we can use our domain name with a lot of services provided by AWS. So this is one of the main things we use Route 53, and this helps us in managing all the things inside our AWS environment, keeping all the things working properly fine. So this was for this video. Thank you.